If you are over 60, there are 4 kinds of fish you should never place on your plate, and 4 others that you should eat as often as possible. Many people believe that choosing fish is always a healthy decision. After all, seafood is often praised as light, lean, and full of valuable nutrients. But the truth is more complicated. Once we reach the age of 60, the body does not respond to food in the same way it did decades earlier. Our metabolism slows, our organs filter toxins less efficiently, and our immune system does not fight with the same strength. That is why, for seniors, choosing the wrong fish can quietly do more harm than good. Some varieties, though seemingly harmless, may damage your heart, cloud your memory, or accelerate inflammation that makes arthritis and other chronic conditions worse. And yet, there are other kinds of fish that truly can act like natural medicine. They provide nutrients that protect the brain, strengthen the heart, preserve mobility, and even slow down the processes of aging from the inside out. Today, we will take a close look at both sides of the story: the fish that silently undermine your health after 60, and the ones that help you stay strong, sharp, and independent. When people imagine a healthy dinner, a piece of fish often comes to mind. It looks light, easy to digest, and far from the heaviness of red meat. But appearances can be misleading. A piece of fish may carry residues of industrial chemicals, dangerous heavy metals, or hidden inflammatory compounds that slowly accumulate in your tissues. For someone over 60, these substances do not pass through the body easily. Instead, they remain in your system, damaging cells day by day. The problem is not that seafood is bad. The problem is that not all seafood is equal. Some choices can quietly increase your risk of memory loss, stroke, or even cancer, while others can reduce inflammation, nourish your nervous system, and give you the energy to enjoy life more fully. So, let us begin with those fish that are best left off the plate. The first one may surprise you, because at first glance it looks like a safe, inexpensive option. Yet, beneath the surface, it hides risks that are especially dangerous for anyone in their 60s or beyond. Take imported catfish, for example. To many shoppers, catfish seems like a mild, harmless, and affordable choice. It is often one of the cheapest options in the seafood section, and its soft flavor makes it easy to prepare in countless ways. Many families add it to their meals without giving it much thought. But when catfish is imported from overseas, particularly from poorly regulated farms, it becomes one of the most contaminated fish you could bring to the table. The problem begins with how these fish are raised. In many foreign farms, catfish are kept in extremely crowded ponds where disease spreads rapidly. To keep them alive in such harsh conditions, farmers rely heavily on antibiotics. Those antibiotics do not simply disappear. They are absorbed into the flesh of the fish and, eventually, into the body of anyone who eats it. For a 60-year-old whose immune system is already more vulnerable, this creates a dangerous situation. Over time, constant exposure to such residues can contribute to antibiotic resistance, making it harder for real medications to work when they are truly needed. And antibiotics are only the beginning. Independent testing has revealed traces of chemicals and carcinogens in imported catfish, substances that were banned long ago for their potential to cause cancer. These fish are often raised in polluted waters, exposed to runoff from industrial sites. The result is a body full of toxins like mercury, arsenic, or lead, substances that quietly build up in your system. For someone whose kidneys or liver are already working less efficiently with age, this toxic burden becomes even heavier. The long-term consequences can include kidney damage, neurological problems, and greater vulnerability to serious disease. There is another hidden danger: inflammation. Imported catfish are frequently fed cheap, unnatural diets rich in corn and soy. This changes the fatty acid balance in their flesh, creating a very high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. While the human body does need both types of fat, an excess of omega-6 without enough omega-3 fans the flames of inflammation. For seniors dealing with arthritis, heart disease, or autoimmune conditions, Eating such fish is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Instead of calming inflammation, it intensifies it, leading to more joint pain, stiffer arteries, and increased fatigue. Nutritionally, imported catfish offers very little in return for all these risks. It contains lower quality protein and far fewer beneficial nutrients compared to healthier seafood. In other words, while it fills the stomach, it does not provide the healing elements one expects from eating fish. It is like consuming empty calories laced with hidden dangers. For older adults who want to preserve their independence and enjoy the years ahead with energy, this is a gamble not worth taking. And yet, catfish does not need to be avoided entirely. The important distinction lies in where it comes from. Domestically raised catfish, produced under strict regulations, can be a safe choice, but imported varieties, often unlabeled and sold cheaply, carry risks that are simply too high for seniors to accept. This is why catfish, when imported from unregulated farms, earns a place among the fish you should never touch after 60. It may seem inexpensive at the market, but the hidden cost to your long-term health could be enormous. After catfish, another fish that often appears on the plates of older adults is tuna. For decades, tuna has enjoyed a glowing reputation as a lean and healthy protein. It shows up in sandwiches, pasta dishes, and salads, sometimes canned, sometimes fresh, and almost always trusted as a safe choice. But what many people over 60 do not realize is that tuna carries a silent, invisible danger that can slowly undermine both memory and heart health. The problem lies not in its appearance or taste, but in what accumulates inside it over the years. Tuna, especially the larger species such as albacore, white tuna, and bigeye, live long lives at the top of the food chain. They feed on smaller fish again and again, and as they do, they absorb mercury from the ocean. Mercury is not something the human body can easily eliminate. Once you eat tuna, that heavy metal finds its way into your tissues, particularly the brain and nervous system, and it stays there. For a younger person, the body may be able to handle small amounts of mercury exposure without immediate harm, but for someone past 60, detoxification systems are no longer as efficient. The liver and kidneys work more slowly, nerve cells are more vulnerable, and the consequences of mercury accumulation can be severe. Over time, even moderate tuna consumption can lead to symptoms like memory lapses, confusion, tremors, and mood swings. These symptoms are often dismissed as normal aging, yet in reality, they may be signs of mercury's toxic effects. The heart is equally at risk. Mercury interferes with the heart's electrical signals, raising the possibility of arrhythmias or irregular heartbeats. For someone already managing high blood pressure or heart disease, this invisible burden can tip the balance in a dangerous direction. Research has even shown that seniors with higher mercury levels from eating tuna face a much greater risk of cognitive decline, up to 65% higher, according to one respected medical study. The most troubling part is how widespread this problem is. Millions of older adults eat tuna weekly, assuming it is a smart, safe option. Few realize that just 2 servings of albacore or bigeye tuna can push mercury exposure beyond safe levels. Even canned tuna, which many believe is harmless, carries risks. While light tuna, typically skipjack, contains less mercury than albacore, it still should not be eaten frequently by those over 60. The convenience of canned tuna often turns it into a daily habit, especially for seniors living alone or on a budget. It is quick, affordable, and versatile. But when eaten regularly, the mercury slowly builds up until the damage is done. By the time warning signs appear, the toxins have already taken a toll. Does this mean tuna must be completely eliminated? Not necessarily. The key is moderation and careful choice. If someone truly enjoys tuna, the safer option is canned light tuna, eaten no more than once or twice a month. That way, mercury exposure remains limited. But the truth is, there are far safer fish to enjoy. Fish that provide all the protein and omega-3 benefits without this heavy metal risk. For seniors who want to protect their memory, mood, and heart, tuna simply does not justify the gamble. The damage is silent, and by the time it shows itself, it may be too late to reverse. That is why tuna, despite its reputation, earns its place among the worst fish for those over 60. Another fish that seems attractive at first glance but hides a dangerous secret for seniors is king mackerel. Many people hear the word mackerel and assume it must be healthy because it is a fish rich in oils and flavor. And while some types of mackerel truly are nutritious, like Atlantic or Spanish mackerel, there is one variety that is far from safe. King mackerel is a large, predatory fish that spends many years feeding at the top of the food chain. The longer a fish lives, and the higher it sits in that chain, the more toxins it carries. In the case of king mackerel, the toxin of concern is mercury, and the levels are among the highest found in any commonly eaten fish. Why does this matter so much for those over 60? Mercury is not just a trace element. It is a heavy metal that directly targets the nervous system. For aging nerve cells, already more fragile with time, mercury acts like a silent accelerator of decline. Eating king mackerel even a few times a month can push your mercury exposure above safe limits. The results may include memory problems, difficulty focusing, hand tremors, mood swings, or even depression. All of these symptoms can be mistaken for normal aging, but in reality, they may be the result of years of mercury accumulating from what seemed like an innocent meal. The danger does not end with the brain. Mercury also harms the cardiovascular system. It can damage the lining of blood vessels, increase oxidative stress, and disturb the heart's rhythm. For seniors already managing high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, or existing heart disease, this is like throwing fuel on an open flame. Research has linked regular king mackerel consumption to a significantly greater risk of heart attacks and strokes, making it one of the most dangerous choices for older adults. To make matters worse, many people do not realize that the mackerel they are served in restaurants or buy at the market is not always labeled clearly. Unless you specifically ask, you may not know whether the fish on your plate is the safe variety or the dangerous one. That lack of distinction can lead well-meaning seniors to eat king mackerel without even realizing the risk they are taking. Health authorities have taken this threat seriously. Both the FDA and EPA have placed king mackerel on the strict do not eat list for seniors, children, and pregnant women. That recommendation alone should be enough to keep it out of the diet. The problem is even greater for older adults with kidney or liver issues, since these organs are responsible for filtering toxins. When their function is reduced, the body struggles to clear mercury, leading to higher accumulation and greater danger. The important point to remember is that not all mackerel is harmful. Smaller species such as Atlantic and Spanish mackerel contain much lower mercury levels and can be enjoyed safely. But king mackerel is a different story. For those over 60, avoiding this fish completely is the wisest decision. Its risks far outweigh any nutritional benefit, and there are plenty of safer alternatives that provide protein and omega-3s without poisoning the nervous system. So, while mackerel as a category may have healthy representatives, king mackerel is the dangerous outlier. It is a fish that belongs on the list of those never to touch after 60, no matter how appetizing it may look on the plate. Perhaps the most surprising name on this list is farmed tilapia. At first glance, tilapia seems like the perfect choice for seniors. It is affordable, widely available, mild in flavor, and easy to cook. Many people reach for it in the supermarket, believing it to be a safe, healthy protein. But when you look closer at how farmed tilapia is actually produced, it becomes clear why many health experts now warn that it may be one of the worst options you could put on your plate after 60. The issue begins with the crowded conditions in which most farmed tilapia are raised. In many fish farms, thousands of tilapia are kept in small ponds or cages where they spend their lives swimming in polluted water, often full of waste. These conditions are a breeding ground for bacteria and parasites. To keep the fish alive long enough to reach market size, farmers often rely heavily on antibiotics, pesticides, and antifungal chemicals. Those substances do not simply disappear. They accumulate in the flesh of the fish, and when you eat tilapia, they end up inside your body as well. For an older adult whose immune system is already weaker and whose liver and kidneys filter toxins more slowly, this creates a dangerous internal burden. Even more concerning is the food that farmed tilapia are given. To cut costs, They are often fed cheap fillers such as corn, soy, and in some cases even animal waste. This unnatural diet changes the very composition of their flesh. Instead of being rich in healthy omega-3 fats, tilapia develop an extremely unbalanced fatty acid profile, with far too much omega-6 and almost no omega-3. In the human body, such an imbalance acts like fuel for inflammation. For seniors living with arthritis, diabetes, or heart disease, eating farm tilapia is like stoking the flames of these conditions. Research has shown that eating tilapia can actually trigger more inflammation in the body than eating bacon or hamburgers, an alarming fact for anyone trying to eat better after 60. On top of that, tests have revealed that farm tilapia often contain dioxins, dangerous industrial pollutants that lodge in body fat and remain there for years. Dioxins are linked to cancer, hormonal disruption, and immune system damage. For older adults, whose bodies already process toxins less effectively, these pollutants can be especially harmful. And while tilapia fills the stomach, it does not provide the same kind of protective nutrition that other fish do. Compared to salmon, sardines, or trout, farm tilapia contain fewer omega-3s, less vitamin B12, and lower levels of selenium. What you get is protein, yes, but of lower quality, paired with toxins and inflammatory fats that can do more harm than good. This is why some researchers have gone so far as to call farmed tilapia the junk food of the seafood world. For seniors trying to preserve their independence, protect their joints, and maintain mental clarity, this is not a trade worth making. Tilapia may be cheap and easy to cook, but the long-term price it extracts from your health is far too high. Choosing wild-caught alternatives like cod, sardines, or trout gives you far more nutrition without the hidden dangers. That is why tilapia, despite its popularity, belongs firmly on the list of fish to avoid after 60. It is not simply neutral, it is actively harmful, increasing inflammation, carrying pollutants, and providing little of the nourishment your body truly needs. Not all fish are harmful. In fact, once you leave the danger list behind, there are choices that can dramatically improve health and vitality after 60. One of the most underrated examples is wild-caught Pacific cod. Unlike flashy species that grab attention, cod is a humble, mild-tasting whitefish that quietly offers a wealth of benefits, particularly for seniors who want to stay strong and independent. Cod's first gift is its protein content. A single serving delivers a generous amount of clean, high-quality protein with very little fat. This is essential because as we age, the body naturally loses muscle mass in a process called sarcopenia. By the time many people reach their 70s or 80s, nearly half struggle with weakness and reduced mobility. Cod helps fight this decline by supplying the muscles with the building blocks they need. Its protein is easily digestible, making it gentle on the stomach, even for those with sensitive digestion. But protein is only the beginning. Cod is also one of the best dietary sources of selenium, a trace mineral often overlooked but vital for healthy aging. Selenium acts like a microscopic shield inside your body. It protects cells from oxidative stress, the slow internal rusting that accelerates aging, and it supports the immune system. Seniors with higher selenium levels often show better cognitive function and lower risk of chronic disease. A single portion of cod can supply more than the daily recommended amount, making it an effortless way to strengthen the body's defenses. Cod also provides phosphorus, which partners with calcium to maintain strong bones. After 60, bone density becomes a major concern. Fractures from even minor falls can rob seniors of their independence. By eating cod regularly, you not only give your muscles strength, but also keep your bones resilient. And then there is vitamin B12, another nutrient found richly in cod. Absorption of B12 declines with age, yet it is crucial for preventing anemia, maintaining energy, and protecting the nervous system. Another major advantage of Pacific cod is its purity. Unlike large predatory fish that accumulate mercury, cod lives shorter lives in clean, cold waters. This means it contains far fewer toxins, making it a safe choice to enjoy regularly. On top of that, Pacific cod fisheries, especially in Alaska, are among the most carefully managed and sustainable in the world. Choosing cod not only benefits your health but also supports a responsible food system. Preparation matters too. Cod's delicate flesh is best cooked gently, steamed, baked, or lightly grilled. Pairing it with olive oil, lemon juice, or vegetables makes the meal not only delicious, but also nutrient-dense. It is a fish that blends easily into many cuisines while quietly supporting long-term health. For seniors seeking strength, sharpness of mind, and low-risk nutrition, Pacific cod stands out as one of the best allies. It may not have the fame of salmon, but in terms of balance, safety, and consistent benefit, it is one of the smartest fish to put on the plate after 60. When most people think about powerful superfoods, their minds go to salmon, blueberries, or perhaps green vegetables. Rarely do they think of the small, humble sardine. Yet sardines may be one of the most valuable foods for anyone over 60. They are small, affordable, convenient, and surprisingly packed with nutrients that directly protect the heart, the brain, and the bones. The greatest strength of sardines is their omega-3 content. Ounce for ounce, sardines deliver more omega-3 fatty acids than almost any other fish. These fats, especially EPA and DHA, are crucial for reducing inflammation. After 60, chronic inflammation becomes a silent enemy, driving arthritis, heart disease, clogged arteries, and even cognitive decline. Omega-3s act like natural fire extinguishers in the body, cooling the flames that wear down cells day by day. Seniors who eat sardines regularly often report less joint pain, better mobility, and a sharper state of mind. Another reason sardines are so valuable is their vitamin D content. After 60, many people become deficient in vitamin D because the skin loses efficiency in producing it from sunlight. That deficiency contributes to weak bones, higher fall risk, and even low mood. Just one small can of sardines provides nearly half of the daily vitamin D an older adult needs. Add to that the calcium and phosphorus contained in their soft, edible bones, and you have a complete package for bone strength. Every bite delivers calcium in a highly absorbable form, paired with the nutrients that help it bind to bone. Sardines also provide an abundance of vitamin B12, which becomes harder to absorb with age, but is essential for energy and neurological health. Low B12 can cause fatigue, memory lapses, and nerve problems. With sardines, the body gets a rich, natural supply that supports the brain and keeps the nervous system firing smoothly. One of the most overlooked advantages of sardines is their safety. Because they are small fish that feed on plankton rather than other fish, they contain virtually no mercury or heavy metals. Unlike tuna or king mackerel, which accumulate toxins over years, sardines remain clean and safe. That means older adults can eat them frequently without fear of hidden contamination. And beyond their nutrition, sardines are simply practical. They are shelf-stable, inexpensive, and easy to use in countless meals. They can be enjoyed straight from the can, mashed with avocado on whole grain toast, tossed into salads, or stirred into pasta with olive oil. For seniors looking for both convenience and health benefits, sardines are one of the easiest ways to get consistent omega-3s, vitamin D, and high-quality protein into the diet. Though small in size, sardines carry an outsized impact on health. They strengthen bones, calm inflammation, boost energy, and protect the brain, all in a food that is inexpensive and widely available. For anyone over 60, making sardines a regular part of the diet is a decision that can pay dividends for years to come. Among all the fish recommended for healthy aging, wild Alaskan salmon holds a special place. For decades, nutritionists and doctors have considered it one of the most complete foods for protecting the heart, the brain, and the joints. For seniors over 60, salmon is not simply a healthy option, it is a transformative one. The first reason lies in its omega-3 fatty acids. Salmon is loaded with EPA and DHA, two forms of omega-3s that the body cannot produce on its own. These compounds are essential for keeping the brain sharp and the arteries flexible. Studies have shown that seniors with higher levels of DHA in their blood maintain stronger memory and larger brain volumes compared to those who eat little to no salmon. In other words, salmon is not only slowing mental decline, it is actively supporting resilience of the brain well into later years. These omega-3s are also powerful anti-inflammatory agents. They reduce swelling and stiffness in the joints, soothe inflamed arteries, and improve circulation. For older adults who live with daily aches from arthritis or vascular problems, salmon can provide visible relief. Clinical research has confirmed that eating salmon at least twice a week can significantly lower markers of inflammation in the blood, reducing risks for both heart disease and joint deterioration. Salmon also provides exceptional protein quality. The body becomes less efficient at using protein with age, which is why seniors often lose muscle mass despite eating enough. Salmon's protein is highly bioavailable, meaning it is broken down and absorbed with ease. Each serving delivers the material the body needs to maintain balance, strength, and mobility, helping prevent dangerous falls and loss of independence. But the magic of salmon is not limited to omega-3s and protein. Its vibrant orange-pink color comes from a rare antioxidant called astaxanthin. This pigment acts like armor for cells, protecting them from oxidative stress, the slow internal damage that accelerates aging. Astaxanthin supports skin elasticity, protects the eyes, and strengthens the immune system. It is one of the reasons salmon is considered not just food, but nature's own form of preventative medicine. Salmon is also rich in vitamins and minerals that seniors commonly lack. It provides vitamin D for bone strength, selenium for cellular protection, and B vitamins to keep energy levels steady and nerves functioning properly. Unlike farmed salmon, which often contains contaminants and lower nutrient quality, wild Alaskan salmon grows in clean, cold waters, feeding naturally. This makes it low in toxins and high in purity, giving seniors the confidence to eat it regularly. To get the most out of salmon, preparation is important. Gentle cooking methods such as baking, steaming, or lightly grilling preserve its delicate nutrients. Pairing it with vegetables and a drizzle of olive oil not only enhances flavor, but also improves nutrient absorption. For those over 60 who want to feel energetic, think clearly, and age gracefully, wild Alaskan salmon is one of the best allies available. It is a fish that truly embodies the idea of food as medicine, offering benefits that touch nearly every system of the body. While salmon often receives the spotlight, rainbow trout quietly stands as one of the best choices for seniors. It is gentle on the stomach, mild in flavor, and yet filled with the nutrients that older adults need most. What makes rainbow trout special is not only its nutrient profile, but also its safety. Unlike many farmed fish raised in questionable conditions, rainbow trout from the United States is produced under strict regulations. It grows in clean freshwater systems with careful monitoring, making it one of the most reliable and trustworthy options for those over 60. Nutritionally, rainbow trout offers a strong dose of omega-3 fatty acids, around 1 gram per serving. That amount is in the sweet spot for protecting the heart and soothing inflammation. For seniors living with arthritis or cardiovascular issues, these fats can make daily life more comfortable by reducing stiffness and supporting smoother blood flow. Trout also provides potassium, a mineral that plays an essential role in controlling blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the most common challenges after 60, and potassium works to balance out the excess sodium that pushes numbers higher. By adding trout to the diet, older adults give their cardiovascular system a helping hand in staying steady. Beyond heart health, trout strengthens the bones. It supplies phosphorus to partner with calcium, iron to support energy and red blood cell production, and zinc to reinforce immune defenses. It also brings a full range of B vitamins, particularly niacin and vitamin B12. Niacin helps balance cholesterol by raising the good HDL and lowering the bad LDL, while B12 keeps the nervous system strong and prevents fatigue. Together, these nutrients help seniors stay active, focused, and resilient. Another advantage is the antioxidant vitamin E, which protects cells from oxidative damage and supports skin health. When combined with the omega-3s and selenium in trout, it creates a triple layer of defense against age-related decline. Perhaps just as important as nutrition is trout's ease of eating. Its soft, tender flesh is easy to chew and digest, which is valuable for seniors who may struggle with tougher or oilier fish. Its mild flavor makes it versatile, blending well with herbs, lemon, or olive oil without overwhelming the palate. Rainbow trout is also versatile in the kitchen. It can be baked, lightly pan-seared, or grilled gently, adapting to many cuisines while retaining its nutritional power. For older adults seeking variety without complexity, trout offers a way to enjoy fish regularly without getting bored. In the end, rainbow trout combines safety, nutrition, and practicality in one package. It supports the heart, the bones, the immune system, and the brain, all while being affordable and widely available. For those over 60 who want a fish they can rely on week after week, rainbow trout may quietly be the smartest choice of all. So now the picture is complete. Not every fish deserves a place on the plate after 60. Some, like imported catfish, tuna, king mackerel, and farmed tilapia, may look harmless but quietly carry toxins, heavy metals, and inflammatory compounds that chip away at health with every bite. These choices can cloud the memory, burden the heart, weaken the immune system, and even accelerate the process of aging. They are the silent thieves of strength and clarity. But the story is not only about danger. There are also fish that stand as powerful allies, nutrient-rich, safe, and deeply restorative. Wild Pacific cod brings strength to the muscles and protection to the brain. Sardines, small and humble, carry extraordinary levels of omega-3s, vitamin D, and calcium, building strong bones and calming inflammation. Wild Alaskan salmon delivers a perfect package of protein, antioxidants, and essential fats that keep the heart and mind resilient. And rainbow trout, mild yet mighty, supports balance, immunity, and vitality with its broad range of vitamins and minerals. The choice between these two groups is not just about what goes on the dinner table. It is about what life looks like in the years ahead. Choosing the wrong fish can mean more joint pain, more fatigue, greater memory loss, and higher risks of disease. Choosing the right fish can mean sharper thinking, stronger steps, steadier balance, and the confidence to live independently. The good news is that change does not have to be overwhelming. You do not need to transform your diet overnight. Start small. Replace one harmful fish with one healing fish. Swap tuna for sardines once a week. Try baking cod instead of reaching for tilapia. Add salmon to your meal plan a couple of times a week. These small decisions, repeated week after week, build into a future where you feel stronger, clearer, and more alive. Food is not only fuel, it is information for the body. Every bite tells your cells how to function, how to age, and how to repair themselves. By choosing wisely, you are sending your body the message to protect, to heal, and to thrive. For those over 60, the years ahead can still be full of vitality, independence, and joy. The key lies in the choices made today. Let fish be more than just food. Let it be your medicine, your strength, and your ally for living well at every age.